Ahabati fillah, in light of this, the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Man ahdatha fi amrina hadha ma laysa minhu furad." Whoever innovates in this affair of ours will have it rejected. That means in aqidah, their creed. That means in their fiqh. That means in their ideology, or any system or methodological approach, their manhaj. This is a deviation from the book and the sunnah, then it's rejected. Also, ayyul ahbab, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "La tazal ta'ifatun min ummati dhahirin al-haq." There won't cease to be a group from my nation that's on the truth. La yadurruhum man khalafahum wa la man khadalahum. La yadurruhum, no one will harm them who differs with them or tries to deceive them until the hour is established. That means there is a saved or a ta'ifatun mansura, a victorious party, a victorious sect. And those are the ones who adhere to the Quran and the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam with the understanding of the Salaf of this ummah. That's victory. Fi dunya wal akhirah. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Iftarakat al-Yahud ala 71 firqa, wa iftarakat al-Nasara ala 72 firqa, wa sataftariku hadhihi umma ala 73 firqa, kullaha fi an-nar illa wahida." The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Iftarakat al-Yahud ala 71 firqa." The Jews would break into 71 sects, the Christians into 72 sects, my nation into 73 sects, all of them in the fire except one. Then they asked him, "Who are they, Ya Rasulullah?" Men hiya, Ya Rasulullah, meaning who are those ones that are saved, what we refer to as the saved sect. He said, "Those who are upon what I'm upon and what my companions are upon, al-yawm." We see, ayyul ahbab, from this, that there is such a thing as a saved sect, meaning a methodology, a way that we have to embrace as Muslims. And it is the Quran and the Sunnah and the understanding of the Salaf. And the Prophet ﷺ also mentioned and prophesied that these things would happen as far as the division and the problems that it would cause, and that there was a solution to that. So the Prophet ﷺ said, "As-sam'i wa ta'," or the Prophet ﷺ said, "Isma wa ti'." The Prophet ﷺ, in this hadith, he said, "Ittaqullah wa sami'u ta' when abdin habashi." He said, "Fear Allah, have taqwa, and hear and obey, even if the leader was an Ethiopian slave or a nam." And he said, فَمَنْ يَعِيشْ مِنْكُمْ بَعْدِي فَسَيَرَى اخْتِلَافًا كَثِيرًا. Whoever lives after me is going to see many differences. That the Prophet ﷺ was given certain knowledge from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that his ummah would break and they would split, which the Prophet ﷺ didn't like, and which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shar'an doesn't like, but kawniyan, he has willed that. So with that being the case, we would split, we did split, we will continue to split, wallahu musta'an. But the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam gave us a prescription how to deal with that, all those divisions. What do we do with all these mubtadi'ah, various sects like the Asha'ira, the Maturidiyya, the Deobandis, the Naqshbandis, all these Sufi Turk, the Khawarij, the Takfeeris, ISIS, Daesh, those are some sects, and they're also groups. What do we do with all these jama'at, Ikhwan Muslimin, Sururiyya, all the various types of Hizbiyya? How do we deal with that? So the Prophet ﷺ, فَعَلَيْكُمْ بِسُنَّتِي وَسُنَّةُ الْخُلَفَاءِ الرَّاشِدِينَ الْمَهْدِيِّينَ. So it's upon you my sunnah and the sunnah of the rightly guided Khulafa Rashidin. The rightly guided Khalifate, meaning Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman wa Ali radiyallahu ta'ala anhum ajma'in. So the Prophet ﷺ let us know that there was a prescription, there was a way of dealing with the splitting and the division, and that we should not become one of those groups or take their way. Understand that you don't have to be a card-carrying member, but still, why are you following a way a deviation in Aqidah. If the Prophet ﷺ and the Sahaba radiallahu ta'ala majma'in didn't make tafweed, we don't make tafweed. If the Prophet ﷺ and the Sahaba radiallahu ta'ala majma'in didn't make takfir without the haqq to do so, then we don't do that. If the Prophet ﷺ didn't believe in organizations which didn't exist, but still we see that those organizations have in their base a deviation, such as Ikhwan Muslimin, such as Jama'at-e-Tabligh. Their organizations are bid'iyah. So we don't follow those ways. Rather, we take the way of the people of the Sunnah. Ahl Hadith, Ahl Sunnati wal Jama'ah, Taifat Mansura, Ahl Athar, Naam, and the Salaf Salih. And in contemporary times, we refer to them as Salafiyin.